but it leaves open Tremble. And that's going to be snap picked by Mint, so always dangerous.
Last game, Magnus made it all the way to like 4th, 5th pick. Mint picked it there throughout the entire banning phase, and then they respond with a 2nd pick here. They value the Ophelia a lot here.
Yeah, they do. And you see the 2nd pick of Ophelia.
Tiger definitely played it well and had some huge plays throughout that game, especially with port backs as well. Good timing pushes, nice farm. So they played and executed fine.
And he picked up Snotterboss. That's the most important
And he
thing.
picked us at the Web Beast. So
yeah, knows what he's doing. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, one thing I did bring up with the players actually right before this game out of curiosity again, because Zephyr was gentleman banned previous this patch, understandably, but he did get some nerfs in this last patch. I was trying to get some clarification on that, and I think what they told me is that he's not gentleman's banned. So I'm not even sure. I couldn't even really tell, honestly, but I don't believe he should be at this point. I mean, I think it's safe to say that he did get.
I don't think it is, but I don't think anyone has really played it for a while.
Yeah.
If you pick up Zephyr, you have to evolve your strategy around him. It's not like you can pick up almost any support and do fine with that.
Yeah.
But Zephyr you need to pick around that hero, because you want to push at a specific timing to make that work and force fights.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do with that hero. It's not the best hero after 40 minutes, so.
Yeah, I'm not saying we should be seeing it by any means, but just to clarify that here, so.
It's possible. It might come out of nowhere at some point. But I think people want to play it in scrims a bit first, and then they see what they do right and wrong in those games, and then they correct them until they put it on in a real game.
Yeah. All right, so the picks finishing up initially. We had Tremble, Moraxis, Moira, followed by a Magnus, Ophelia, Torture here. There are the lineup so far. And there's the bands finishing up. Swiftblade, Parasite, Sandwraith, Lodestone, Dark Lady, and Behemoth are the bands. Dr. Repulsor, going to be picked here. They already have a Tremble, too, so they're going to go with dual carry.
Again, lots of map control, lots of catch on Legion side, and then I want to see some, I think it's group up onto Recent Gaming once again with the Ophelia pick. They want to fight as 5, whereas Mint is more the pick-off team. Split push team.
Got the 4th pick now for Reason Gaming, so a lot of mobility. Honestly, Magebane is definitely one that looking might be okay here at least with the Dr. Repulsor.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting away from that, but
that's all right, I guess. The only issue is the Tremble. Then you have to man up against him. Would give the edge to Tremble there if you have to just hit him. Of course, the support and cast around you is what makes it possible, though.
Riptide.
Oh, Riptide. Okay, definitely a strong hero. It's gonna be very tough for Dr. Repulsor in the mid lane against that hero. Even if Moira is there.
Very interesting with the Riptide pick. I say that because Mint's actually picked it up a couple times. Probusk has actually been the one to play it for them. Obviously ends up there. Just so happens he's not here today. But yeah, Reason Gaming going the Riptide, which I mean I would assume again it's going to be more the middle here. That's Fade, final picked.
I don't think they can really go jungle. Else this Riptide is gonna go out of control. I mean, one-on-one versus Doctor is huge. That's just what you want, I think. Long silence too, and he can really dominate him. And then there's they have to go with the support here, and that's even more map control for Mint and pick off potential. So that's amazing for them here. It's a very strong lineup, and it's very hard to play against that.
Yeah. Got the extra time being used, about 35 seconds left here or so. That's an interesting right click.
It'll be interesting. I don't think we're gonna see that though. It's way too squishy against the Legion team.
Yeah.
See, that's more like it. But yeah, Shadowblade though, I don't think he has the damage and the catch.
Those are the two that they're pondering between apparently, so it could be something else completely different, of course. But Malakin is still on the board. Comes to mind as far as one. Oh, hey.
There we go, Breaky. You mind read it?
Guess so. They pick a couple of Probusk heroes here. Riptide and the Malakin. Yep. Finish it off.
He's a tanky hero. They kind of need that. Of course, I mean, don't underestimate that. but they want to fight us 5 here. It's what it screams like. And then they want Riptide to snowball early to make sure to slow the potential map control that the Legion side can establish. That's what they're looking for.
There we go. Calamine going to be playing the Riptide here. Speaking of that, and more in the middle, of course. So see that how that's able to work. And how are we going to see the lanes actually? More so from the Legion team here. They got some interesting possible setups. You figure Faye can, of course, be more the secondary support here from Iceland Go-Go, but what are they? Is this going to be a tri-lane, you think?
I think it's kind of short lane, tri-lane, and
Okay.
they might off-lane the Meraxes. They might also go tri-lane top, but Doctor tri-lane is not what you're looking for usually. I mean, it could work. Could be alright, just to make sure Melican doesn't farm and they farm themselves. But I think securing farm and Doctor and Tremble is probably what they want to do. And then at some point they want the blink on Meraxes, preferably as fast as possible. So that's the issue with securing farm and Doctor and Tremble. So I think, yeah, they might just try lane with Meraxes, of course. Yeah, that's the obvious thing. Try lane long with Meraxes, Doctor mid, Tremble bottom. I think that's what they're gonna go for.
Yeah. Okay. See if Mint does that or not here. You see the mound's already down for Tremble and gonna head out as usual.
It's gonna open up potential to shut down at least one of their carries on Mint sides from, I mean, any Magnus rotation or Riptide rotation, Torture rotation. I mean, that should kill the Doctor or Tremble. So that's definitely an option. But shutting down both is very hard. And as long as Mint gets the blink onto the Meraxes, and then they have farm on at least one of the carries, they should be in a decent spot to do fine here.
Yeah.
Especially with the map control. I mean, Tremble alone is huge map control. Fade too, that's a lot. And then the Doctor catch and Moira catch. I mean, that's very hard to go up against.
See the schedule here today. We got obviously Fresh versus Racing Gaming, game 2 now. This will be the final game of the series, of course. Our next one's going to be Revolution versus Rexar's Reborn. Always fun teams to watch there, if anything. So that should be a good series. That'll be coming up next here. And we'll see. Depending on, obviously, the first game of this one taking a little bit longer, and this one already now 1:40 Eastern here, and the next series is supposed to start at 2. So getting a little bit later on. They might just start their match. We may jump into it. We'll see about that. Of course, understandable though. It is a weekday after all, and don't want to keep them up crazy late here. So, but this will be our priority for the time being, of course. All right, it looks like Mint's good to go, and there's the approval from Reason. So here we go with that tri-lane possibility that you're getting at here. We'll see if that actually
Towards
is
your
coming out.
TPing to Void. It's
He's-
more and more popular to do that.
Yeah.
Especially because you don't know what the enemy team is doing. So if you get this information, you can lane accordingly. So it's definitely worth it if you do it. And then you can put whatever heroes you want in respective lanes. I'm a bit surprised he put it so far up. He could have put it like almost anywhere down there. Of course, it's not going to be counted. That's the advantage of that Void. And he sees what he wants to see. They see both Fade and Tremble here, so
It's probably going to be enough. In fact, Doctor and more access even going to run up here. So now I will say, I feel like Bunny Lover has done this now several times for Reason Gaming. So if you're opposition out there, that's probably something good to keep in mind. That this is something that he's going to be doing. So keep in mind, okay, there might be a ward up here. I guess there's not a whole lot you can really do to address that other than a rev ward, but
I saw he did it with, like, it was pretty funny because I TP'd to bottom lane, he TP'd bottom lane, and we both put a ward, and then I walked out, and then I saw him on my ward. I was like, what? Okay, he did the same thing. All right.
yeah. So just see if teams pick up on that here. As you mentioned, something we're seeing a little bit. And again, I kind of wonder if some of that has to do with the courier change, going back to that, even how you don't have to upgrade now and don't worry about spending that gold there. So
Yeah, it helps a bit. I definitely like that. Getting boots and then, like, what you can do for your team. It's definitely enhanced your possibilities. It seems like a small change, but it's honestly a huge one, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Doctor is going to be a top in the end with the tri-lane here. We got Moira and Fade, of course, to assist. It is Dr. Farming, right? Yeah, okay. Double check that.
Yeah.
But Zibe, yep, he's the one prioritizing here. So middle lane, Riptide versus Moraxis in the end. And then we got Tremble versus the Magnus here. So I wonder if a little bit of this has to do with maybe they didn't like the Doctor versus Riptide matchup. Would that have been a case, you think?
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely a mismatch. I mean, Riptide is so strong. Of course, he's also going to dominate the Moraxis. Moraxis will still get a bit of farm and shouldn't really die. Yeah, look here, the pressure he applies.
Yeah.
As we said, the silence and the slow. No.
Oh, top lane. We got some action, though. Torture is getting low. No, not going to be enough to health potion, but Doctor will finish him off in the end. As now here comes turn from Malik and Ophelia, obviously there as well with the Catman champion turn on Amora. 1-for-1 was going to be a 2-for-1. It is as Malikin goes down, but so does Doctor. It's a 2-for-2. Are we going to see a 3-for-2? No, it looks like a 2-for-2 is how it will end, but what a battle back and forth. Bloodlust kill, though, for Zibe on Doctor. In fact, he got 2 of the kills in the end there.
In the past, a pseudo tri-lane usually beats a normal tri-lane. But right now, with kills being as important as it is to the game, it's really coming down to who gets the most kills in these kind of lanes here. So you really have to play careful in your dual lane. If they waited a bit, I mean, they caught them, of course, but if they were able to not get caught until Ophelia rotated over, they would have been in a very good spot.
Yeah.
But 2-for-2 exchange, it's still an even lane up here. I would assume Doctor has the best time in terms of creeps because they, of course, have free heroes here. But Fade is roaming mid already.
Yeah, but he's looking to set up a gank on a Riptide, as mentioned.
They see him, of course.
Did they? Oh, yeah, the ward, yeah. In fact, Fade's now going to be gone on here. Obviously very aware now. He kind of went into him. Fade going in, though, with that haster, and you see Riptide with the Undertow trying to help get away. It's not going to happen, though. He's going to... Oh, my God, he may actually live. The haste is not enough. One more finally goes down. Moraxis did have to dive a little too much, though. He ends up going down in response. Ophelia catches Fade. I don't think that's going to result unless... Okay, yeah, that would have been God tier blocking right there, but no, he's going to be fine. Top lane, it's not over just yet because we got action up here. Torture is going to fall. And now Malikin's actually in some trouble. Out comes the auto attacks from Dr. Repulsor. Is it going to be enough of a slow? It doesn't look like it, just out of range for him to survive, but...
Yeah, the power of Moira here, being in the mid lane and then 10 seconds after being in the top lane, securing a kill there. And, I mean, Architect is really being everywhere he can with this action. He's picking up kills here and there, but so far meant getting most of the kills.
Yeah.
Definitely being aggressive up top, which is should.
Picking off Malikin again, that's big, obviously, for the Legion team right here. Middle lane action. Again, Riptide going out with Moraxis, but this time Riptide's actually going to have to fall back from Moraxis, so Pub Train is managing pretty well here.
He managed to Arcane Shield what's it called? I'm not sure. Water Recreate, yeah, the Q from Riptide. That, of course, boosts Moraxis damage by 40 or something, so you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's not something he should be able to Arcane Shield if you're Riptide. You definitely have to pay attention to that.
You really have to anticipate that, because there's also like animation cancel and stuff like that, so you really have to be right on point. It's actually very hard to do from the Pop Train here.
Definitely credit to him. Yeah, something I want to bring up about Riptide earlier, you know, it's kind of funny that we have a Tremble in this game, but, you know, top lane, just going to have action continuing apparently. Dr. Repulsor, he's a little too fast, though, it looks like. The boot's going to give him enough distance, and in 3 versus 1, he ends up getting away. Meanwhile, Fade was middle because of that. That's why they were going on a Doctor, but Riptide dies in the end. So, the 1-for-0 exchange in their favor. And
Marcus
again, more...
missed his sword throw, unfortunately.
Oh, did he? Okay. Yeah, that could have been... That would have been big, I mean, if anything, to obviously make it a 1-for-1. But instead, Riptide goes down, and they don't get a counter kill. And that hurts. So, Riptide not having the big start that Recent Gaming was hoping for here.
No. The Fate rotations definitely paid off. Nice work from Ice and Gogo here, and as well as Moira coming in with the illusion spawn.
But
that's also why I think they really had to pick another support here and shut down the Riptide, because with Doctor mid or Tremble mid or Moraxis mid, that's a solo, that would just be horrendous for them.
Doctor didn't get off his W there. He didn't actually do the opposite charges onto Malikin. I don't know if that was just a misclick or he's waiting for something else, but
yeah,
follow
it's
up
weird.
there. As
Torture.
Torturer gets caught, though, and that's going to be a Torturer. Ophelia, not much more she could have done there. Yeah, she took some stunts herself. You see Malik, and he's thinking about it. He goes in with a sword throw. No ultimate, though, of course. So, in fact, he's the one that also needs to be careful now because the Burning Shadow stun. Shot to Harkon. It's going to hit. Down it goes. Malikin.
Oh,
he got ported. Oh, my God. You're right. Ophelia will fall. But Zibbe with the double tap there. So, still something good for Mint. But, yeah, that was a hell of a save, definitely. On a Malikin. I know you said something, but I had to think for a second. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that was yeah. He's on top of those, man.
Yep. I mean, I know they lost the first game, and they're sort of getting outplayed a bit here early on. But he's really doing everything he can. Archie Tucker here. He's doing some big plays.
That was huge. But you see the big picture. Obviously, it's still a slight lead for Fresh. I guess it's nothing too crazy though. I was honestly expecting a little bit more, but their solos are managing pretty good.
Bottom lane.
Riptide's part of that Eye of the Storm coming in, so yeah, I guess Riptide not struggling as much as thought he might have been. That double damage rune as well. Tremble's in trouble right here. Magnus, he gets stunned by Moira, however, and that'll be the difference maker. He could not get in range for the Lava Surge. That was huge from Moira.
It's very unfortunate. Now Meraxis is coming in as well. This might backfire. Moira stun. Oh, it misses.
Nice stun away. See another watery, or not, in my element put down. A puddle there, and yep, Riptide's going to be fine with Magma's top lane, though. The action just continues. Torture getting low. He will eventually fall, but it's a 1-for-1 as Fade goes down. Now it's Malikin versus Doctor. And Malikin's not level 6 yet, just yet. Oh, he gets it right there, though. He could maybe turn this. He's not going to. He's not even going to try for it. He's just going to survive there with a health potion. Whew. That could have been something. I feel like he could have tried to man up right there.
I think he needed a bit of health potion there to turn it, yeah. Off pretty close at least.
Yeah. He did live, so that's a good thing there. Middle lane, a little bit more action. Looks like Matrax was even used right there. I think they were going for the kill, but Riptide was able to get away, actually.
Yeah. They're actually forcing a push up here right now. I'm not sure if that's going to be the best decision now. It looks like Mint is not defending, but level 6 Doctor they could. Ophelia's not level 6. Of course, fighting into Ophelia Minus is very rough, and Malikin is level 6. So the safest choice is to not do anything, but they, yeah, pointing in.
Doctor's going to scare them off with Fade happening to be nearby as well. Fade got to be hitting level 6 here shortly, and that means her
actually has Steam Boots here, benefiting of some early farm from those roams onto the mid lane and the kills in the top, so definitely boosting his farm a bit here. But I still like to see Striders, even though you have a good start, because they just synergize so well with the hero.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, even though you're having good farm, I feel like actually Striders is just great with Fade in this role here. But, yeah, he likes the Steam Boots. Wants to tank up a little bit more.
He's going to improve his early game here a bit more. But I still think the rest of the game, Striders is just way better.
He's looking around with Moira right here. Again, Fade's not level 6 just yet, so is not having the advantage there of that ultimate. Yeah, I gotta say, it really has been feeling like Mint's been kind of snowballing a little bit right here, but that's not the case. I mean, despite a 9-4 hero kill lead, this is actually a pretty good spot for Reason Gaming here.
Yeah,
overall.
It's quite good here. Now they take top. Magnus needs 1,000 gold for Apollo key. They can definitely fight here and force a tier 2. Ophelia hit level 6 now, and Magnus is here. They also have Impalement from Torture to make this go even faster.
God, they're gonna already get a secondary tower. You're right. They're kind of pushing middle lane, so may get that tower at least, but losing a secondary for first tower is of course the obvious, but not a good exchange right here. As a vulnerability comes out, you do see Fade running in, but not going to get there in time, I don't think. Okay, the tower is killed. There's a port back on somebody, I thought. Oh, never mind. I thought he ported back somebody. But anyways, the ultimate form, and Fade ends up going down right there. Morax is with the Matrax, but they're too far away. However, Malikin will get caught by Boras. Matrax coming in. Malikin going to be cleaned up, and now Dr. Pulsar flies in with that ludicrous speed. You see the port back on a Torturer, so he's going to be fine. Ophelia, though, not the same story. Once again, kind of being a sacrifice there for the team. So they did get the top tower, though.
Yeah, the triple Fade stun was the hugest thing there. He hit Magnus on the edge, setting that up beautifully for Mint. It was a nice stun.
Yeah, that was Well
I
played
was
there.
about to
getting
say
a couple
earlier
kills.
that the bottom tower for Hellboyne was full HP because, I mean, Volcanic Touch and Magnus is huge and just keeps the lane pushed into Tremble's tower down here. Magnus actually doesn't have Eruption yet. Then I'm assuming he will pick that up now.
Oh, wow.
It's level 8.
Yeah, I guess it's not like really crazy. I feel like, but that's still different. I mean,
He was not looking to do much,
Yeah.
so he's just farming down there, improves his lane presence. It's alright. Of course, now he almost has Portal Key. I mean, that's nice farm here. That might be a really huge change for them because Miraxis is nowhere near his Portal Key. He's been struggling against Riptide in the mid lane. Riptide's 56 and 12 in creep kills versus 31 and 2. Even with the early roams, he's still pulling out ahead. I mean, that's just
Ooh.
0.
Magnus just stunning away. Unfortunately, he didn't realize Fade was nearby right there. However, it's still going to be enough as here comes the Eye of the Storm from Riptide, hunting down, and Fade is going to be caught there. Love that ability, man. It's just so fun to watch. Floats around, gets the kill. Meanwhile, we're not done just yet, though. Dr. Pulsar flies in, but he flew into a trap. He's in trouble. He goes down. Big burst coming out. Not a smart decision there from Zibbe. Goes way in the background and gets caught. The Minotaur stuns. Moraxis, meanwhile, will take out Magnus as the Ophelia's touch was a half a second too late, but now here comes Malakin with the sword throw. No possession needed. More than enough damage for the kill. Moira and Tremble on the run. The Undertow's put down. But I think they're going to be fine as, yeah, here come the TPs.
Have to get out.
To survive, so. That Dr. Repulsor, though, he just simply flew into the wrong spot.
Yep. Nice Minotaur stun. Right away from RT Striker. Huge heads up. Yeah, I mean, he maxed the E there, so he's really banking on flying around a lot and then auto-attacking in the lane. Or in the fights, sorry. That's not happening in there. Huge place. And I mean, fighting into Ophelia is definitely rough. You always have to keep in mind that the hero does so much early on. We saw it right there.
Oh, Riptide, take us a good damage in the meantime as here comes Dr. Repulsor, but at what cost now? Riptide will fall, but Doctor's now getting very low on mana. Just enough. No, Riptide's alive. What am I saying? That was Fate that went down. So Riptide stayed alive through it all. In the meantime, Doctor is going to survive, although Magnus stuns in with the portal key, but it's still not enough damage. Can Torture maybe follow it? Oh, he just didn't get there in time, so good attempt right there, but no cigar. Riptide, he's still pretty low. He needs to be careful here. Moraxis charging in. Of course, has plenty of time, though, to react. Something I'm noticing, by the way, on Riptide, as here we go, Eruption onto Moraxis, the Undertow follow-up. There's the Watery Grave and easy kill, ultimately, onto Pub Train. So good coordination here coming out from Reason. But Riptide actually chose to max out his In My Element first. Rather than the Watery Grave. So he's not getting as much, silence and damage from that here yet. I mean, he will here very shortly. But a little curious about that. But obviously right now, things are just working out very well for Reason Gaming.
Yep. Yeah, taking objectives and picking the right fights here. I mean, Mint is also forcing them a bit. And then, I mean, Reason is like, yeah, sure, let's take these fights. I mean, they benefit from it. They have Ophelia. The
Malakin.
max blink. I mean, that's all they need. It's what we've been seeing X-Sync do for so long as well. Ophelia and Blink heroes, and then you just go force the issue.
Yeah, you just simply catch them here. And then you got Malakin now with the Insanitarius, and it is kind of funny having a Riptide and a Malakin. They both actually go somewhat similar builds, you could say. Well, kind of, at least the Insanitarius, I guess, really. After that, maybe not similar, but Insanitarius on both the heroes is what we're going to see first. This is what I'm getting at. Meanwhile, though, Fade, jumping Riptide. Maybe he missed the stun, really? Oh, no.
Oh, went the call too.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, now here comes
the
Riptide.
turn.
He wants revenge.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to
He's hasted as well.
Oh, wow, yeah, this is extra fast. Dr. Repulsor gets stunned as well as Fade. And now comes a Watery Grave Eruption coming in. No, that was just simply a Lava Surge stun. It is enough damage, though. That Eye of the Storm doing work here. And
This
Riptide's
hero
getting
is strong,
out of control.
man. It's very strong. I know we had a haste there, but with Ophelia and like the way this game is shaping up, I mean, it's a very strong hero. And even they shut him down. They killed him like 2 times in the mid lane early on. It's just doesn't do it. It's not enough.
That's true, yeah. Riptide really was a little bit of a slow start because of getting locked in. We mentioned that, but once he starts going around for hero kills, it was funny because we talked about mobility in this Legion, from this Legion team and how they were going to be the ones pretty active, looking for kills, and obviously early on they were. I mean, they were up at a point like 10 to 4 hero kills, I think it was, but Talk about recent gaming responding very well. You mentioned the portal key on Magnus, of course, a big part of that. Riptide is now starting to get very involved. And Malikan is always a kind of a carrier that he can be involved, especially as soon as he gets level 6, really. I mean, he brings a lot to the table with just his level 6 alone. So, and it just so happens he has, well, the best farm on his team right now at 440 gold per minute. So,
Mint can't really defend anything before Maxis has a blink. He needs still 1700. It's a guy we haven't noticed and talked about a lot is Tremble down here on Hax, where Hax been playing it. He has 450 GPM, actually tops in the game, even though they're behind. That's hard to do. Of course, the hero here farms so fast, but he's been quietly doing his own thing. 0-0 and 2, solid performance so far.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Haxerin has to. They need that hero fresh. Is very certain with the way this game's going right now. So, is this going to be a follow-up Shrunken Head build? You think?
I think so. Yeah, he needs that to do anything. Not get Fiat from Malik and not get Magnus stunned. Even Ophelia spells, you want to dodge that. Torture stun too. You have to get that to deal your, to make sure you get your damage out.
Tower, it's going to fall here, the secondary tower that is here in the middle. It's already going to be 5 tower kills, not even 17 minutes into this game. But again, Ophelia and Torture especially, a lot of push presence between those two. You see counter push at the top lane, but they need to protect their base. I mean, this is their base tower, and 17 minutes into the game, it's already dropping a half life here. Finally, we see the invulnerability and the defense coming out here, but geez, this is a comfortable Hellborn team right now in Reason Gaming.
I thought they had a double damage from Malikan, but they just gave him the bottle charges. Okay. Yeah, because they can definitely force this. They have the token. It's also fine to go back and keep farming. It's really if they're close to an item, if they're close to a Shrunken Head on Malikan or something like that. But they do have the Ophelia ultimate here and the Astrolabe ready to go.
Yeah.
They could definitely force this.
Riptide sitting by, waiting for...
Triple doesn't have Shrunken Head. Oh, he just got money for it now. It's huge for them.
There we go. He purchases it, going to have it picked up, ideally coming into a fight, but they're going to need to protect this tower somehow. Of course, the vulnerability is down. He got the token on Malik, and he's just going to sit in the front lines.
But it has to be Doctor initiating first, though, because Marx still does not have a portal key. So that's hurting them a lot at this point.
Yeah. Look at Fade in the flank. Now there's a Rev Ward back here. They definitely saw Fade. They know he's here. But he's a little too far now. Riptide goes in, though. More access just melts right there. Tremble trying to turn on, and Riptide gets forced out. Tremble, though, he needs to be careful himself as all of a sudden Malikan turns his attention to him. Dr. Pulsar gets picked off. Fade in the back on the eruption on top of him from Magnus. And he'll go down the Arcane Vortex, if anything, to stall this push. But not going to be stalled for long. Moraxis will. That's the second time he died, right? Yeah, he did buy back, and he dies shortly after. The melee Moraxis going down. I mean, this could already be a final push here from Recent Gaming.
Yep. I mean, it's just so well executed. It's amazing fights there. I mean, Fate is just a non-factor at this point in those fights because he doesn't do much. I mean, it doesn't do damage. I mean, he ran around trying to stop the Magnus portal key and initiate stun on him, but it doesn't do much at this point because they lost so many early game fights. And they're not able to do what they want, split push and farm, and then pick off a hero that farms alone with the Fade, with the Moira, with the Doctor. It's not happening at this point of the game.
Look at Torture, man. A main support Torture. He just finished a Tablet of Command. He has Steam Boots and a Power Supply. He's farming 286 gold per minute, so and he's the worst on the team even, but obviously farming very well here, so yeah, it's usually a good way to determine whether a team's doing good or not. I look at the support and see how well they're doing. Moira doesn't stand a chance there. Simply gets caught. Doctor, he's going to fly away. he's like, out. Yeah, I'm out of here. No chance to catch him, but yeah, obviously Mint is hanging around, but this is definitely different than the first game. I mean, there was a lot of different factors, including the biggest one was Magebane, how hard he was able to be of a carry there and get up in front, but Tremble's not necessarily doing that this time around, so really fearing for them here. Token's still 30 more seconds still.
Yep. They can force this, they can also go behind them. Oh, that's just a Moira illusion. I think they should just go with this, just hit it down. They play it safe here. I think that's also alright. Wait for the next creep wave. Moira illusion is down now, so there's no shenanigans from that.
Nope.
Wow, bottom lane, he kills Solo's Tremble. I did not catch that.
I didn't either. I'm watching this Veiled attempt. Moraxis and Fade. I mean, Moraxis doesn't even have a portal key. He kind of just walks in right there. Malakin, he dies with 3 seconds left on the token of life, by the way. So he's going to come back up, gets pulled in. Can he get the ultimate off? He does. Can he stay alive is the second question. It looks like he's going to be good for now. They try to go all out on him. It doesn't work. Oh, well, maybe it does, actually. Malakin does fall in the end, so good work right there. Meanwhile, Tremble, he's able to get away. He bought back, of course, as you mentioned. He died at that bottom lane. Guess who's not here, though? Riptide, because he was busy killing Tremble. So that makes sense there, but they obviously lost out a lot on damage here, not having Riptide. So it is going to be a hold for Mint here.
He's coming in now.
But he is coming in. And look at now that he's here, all of a sudden things are going to change. Fake goes down right away, and the rest are going to run.
Yep.
Well, so.
Started out well. They killed the Tremble, but they have to be aware of the buyback. I guess that might have been why they backed off early. I didn't see when it happened.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, good hold from Mint, but at the same time, how many times can they really do that? That was a buyback from Temple.
They could do it once more.
Yep.
He only has the one, yeah. It's not something that they can look to just constantly rinse and repeat here by any means. It's just going to be Malakin getting further ahead and more farm even, I guess, and then Riptide too.
What they can do now is try and look for pickoffs, but I think that recent gaming is just going to stick together. I mean, just not give them the opportunity to climb back into this game. Try and find something with the Fade, with the Doctor. And I would, something like Moraxis had 1,000 gold at 16 minutes, but now he's bought back once, and he's sitting on 200. I'm not sure if he picked up a Sportal Key yet. I don't think he did.
No.
But around 15-minute mark, he actually had 200 GPM. Then he farmed the top lane, got the top tower, had 1,100 gold, and then they lost the fight in mid and Rax, and then he bought back, and he still has no gold.
Yeah.
So he's been suffering because of those fights. Else he would have had the Portal Key.
Yeah, we saw the last fight. He had failed rod. I was actually waiting for him to go in, but then I realized that he didn't have a portal key. So he kind of just walked in there and then threw out a stomp, and obviously that's not nearly as effective than being able to jump them right away. So, yeah, just several factors. One of the many factors, in fact, that's definitely coming into play here as to why they're struggling. I think Malakin has his Shrunken Head being delivered, by the way. You got Riptide having his purchase with the Insanitarius as well, and just overall good auras too. Obviously, Ophelia bringing all that. The Abyssal Skull, the Soul's Bark, the Astrolabe, the Plated Greaves even. So, good luck dealing with this, they say. They're going to go Cutthroat here. No token of life needed. This would already be a second melee Rax down. Only a 20 minutes.
He's Shrunken Head on Riptide here.
Wow, yeah, he's
Just
going really
the
aggressive.
Rax. Yeah.
He does have a double damage. Magnus in the back will go for the Eruption. He is able to get the jump off, and Moraxis is caught by it. He goes down shortly after. Meanwhile, Malakin jumping Dr. Repulsor. In the background, more or Fade more so going to be a distraction. Here comes a Shrunken Head Tremble, but again, he just really can't get a comfortable spot, as they did pick off Riptide, but they lose the Rax, and clearly that's what they came for here from Reason Gaming.
I think it shows how far ahead they are. They solo ultied the Moraxis with 200 GPM, and then Riptide went on to him as well to secure the kill. Then they turn on Riptide and kill him, but they were so far ahead that they managed to take the Rax as well here with your feed too. So, nice push there. Taking advantage of the advantage they have.
Yeah. Yeah, something tells me a bit of this fresh kind of sticking around here has a lot to do with what happened last game, where, again, they were able to come back after, no doubt, being behind, with the Rax and everything. So that's we've already kind of gone over. Things are definitely a bit different. Tremble is starting to get a little bit of a lead here.
Tremble has 560 GPM.
Yeah.
He's doing very well. I think he believes he can outcarry. I understand it's the last game of the group stages. They really need this win to have a chance, or to increase their chance at least, to finish top 4.
Yeah, they would really love that here, but right now it's...
Recent game is looking good though. At the same time, I mean, they were 1-1-1 before this game, you said, right? So if they can win or get an even game here, they're actually in a good spot to finishing in the top 4. Out of nowhere here, so
definitely
that's huge for them.
Yeah, no, they would be very satisfied with the split here, I would think, against the Cycle 2 champions in Fresh. So, and especially knowing that they competed very well in the first game too, and arguably could have won that. So
could have gone either way, and that is the last game. No buybacks on both carries. So also that final fight.
Riptide is coming in right here. Malakin gets caught, or was it them getting baited more so? Malakin goes in with a sword throw. Moraxis He's going to be picked up in the background. Tremble Shrunken Head wearing off now. He is completely exposed. The Eye of the Storm's going to catch him, and down goes Tremble. He does have his second and final buyback, but, well, that would be a second and final buyback. Dr. Repulsor, he just melts right there as he was trying to stick around. There's a vote to concede. Understandable. It's even with the buyback, and they just feel like they don't have a chance, and they probably didn't really have much. So, GG, well played. Reason Gaming takes game number 2. And thus they take this, well, they split the series more so. One game apiece as we're just going